Hello, Miss Gregory. Thank you for letting me observe your class and watch the video of your class. Your reading class. Can you describe what what you're doing with your class, so we can get a clear reality of what?
It's a small group class, but we've been working on literary elements of literature, and we've been doing short stories and just excerpts from different things, trying to come up with like the plot and the character and the setting and all of that. So we've been trying to I've been trying to teach that.
Okay, and your class is an 8th grade reading class, but they're reading on between the 2nd and the 4th grade level.
Yes, they're very, very low readers.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being your best lesson you've taught and 1 being the worst, how would you rank that lesson?
I actually think it's probably 5 or 6. It's certainly not one of the better lessons I've taught, but it's also not one of the worst.
And what were you pleased about that?
Well, I was pleased with the students were engaged. They seemed to be following along and enjoying the story, and I was happy to see that they were trying to interact.
Yes,
and participate.
I saw too that they were engaged in the lesson. What would you have changed to move your lesson closer to a 10?
Well, I think that even though they were engaged, I don't know if they were getting as much out of the lesson as they could have been. I mean, they were there and they were present and they were engaged, but I just feel like there were maybe some things I could have done to help engage them more and really let them become part of the lesson and part of the whole process.
So having them actually physically do something would have...
Yes, instead of really me being more of a teacher-led, let it be more student-led as well.
And is there anything that you would do differently?
Well, there's a lot of things that I should be doing differently. I certainly should be including more technology in it, letting them be more active in the lesson, and just really having them more of a student-led lesson instead of a teacher-led through technology. But I'm just not there yet.
Okay. Tell me more about what change you would like to...
Well, as I said, the biggest change I would like is to incorporate and integrate more technology.
Integrate more technology?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's good. Maybe incorporate some games.
That would be, the kids would love some games, yes.
And how would you measure that change? What would you like to see that change, like in the lesson, getting plots? Would you like to, when you incorporate it into the lesson? I know that IXL
has some good, from what I understand, that they have some good like scenarios where they would have to read little excerpts and look at the plot, look at the setting and all of that they're actually choosing that. And then there's a lot of games out there that I think would help them understand it. Interactive games that would deal with plot and certain stories and excerpts.
Okay, so what do you want to be your goal? So maybe we can say we will incorporate technology by actually utilizing IXL, or find some Kahoot, something to help let the kids be physically engaged.
Oh, that would be great if they were actually actively, because them being low readers, they tend to have some attention issues with paying attention to just certain ways of teaching and whatnot. And I think if they were more actively involved, they would be more engaged.
And if you was to hit the goal of a 10, what it would really matter to you?
Oh, wow. It would mean that we are working towards getting them to be reading on grade level and getting them to be performing to where they should be. And that would just mean we're moving towards that direction.
What teaching strategy can we use to hit your goal? One would be to incorporate technology. I know that, like, do now with giving them a few minutes with playing Kahoot or playing IXL.
Yeah.
Give them a chance to go through one lesson.
Right.
And then move on.
I think that would be good to have kind of in the beginning of the lesson to them actually be able to do a do now on their own, to where they're actively engaged playing a game with the mindset of that's what they're going to be working on and learning that day, what
Okay.
their learning target is, if we kind of had something geared towards their learning target.
So, what are our next steps? Our next step is to, and I'll be looking at also, our next steps will be to find game-like activity to teach the same thing that you're teaching, to give you an opportunity to have more centers to where they can
Yes.
go move from
I would-
center to center.
Absolutely. I will appreciate any help and assistance that you can help me with integrating that technology through the use of games and software and interactive things. I think that would be awesome.
Okay. So we have definitely identified how to better the lesson and also incorporating technology to have the students more engaged, to hopefully that they'll be able to increase their reading level to becoming on grade level.
Yes, absolutely. That's our overall goal.
Thank you, Ms.
I thank
Grady.
you for offering and providing me with that help and assistance. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
All right.